Women in fear are great for products and service-based industries. I saw women work really hard to survive because they can't rely on a man. Hello my loves, have you ever noticed that pop culture tells women who are over 40 and still single you're missing out on something? Here's the truth, it's all lies. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the reason why society puts so much pressure on women and also ways in which you yourself can dismantle from the programming. So firstly, what do I mean by pop culture? Movies, magazines, series, societal talk basically says that a woman who's over 40 and single, who doesn't have children, there must be something wrong with her. All you need to do is look at Bridget Jones' era and how Bridget was so depressed because she was single and she needed to find a man, and she felt so alone in that. What these movies, the magazines and all of the information that's out there, what it's doing is it's bombarding women with this messaging that who you are and how you're living your life, because it's different to this massive pool of people over here who are settled, who have children and they're married, it means that you're different. So it outcasts you. It puts you away from the pack, so to speak. It can create so many wounds of not good enough, or so many stories and belief systems that you might be holding about yourself. It can really bring them to the surface. It bombards the messaging of your brain to say you need to be in fear because you're not going to survive as a lone wolf. What it's really beautifully doing for you, and I know this might sound a little bit strange, but it's supporting and empowering you to choose yourself. What do you choose? Do you choose the societal scaring and the narrative that who you fundamentally are is wrong if you don't have a ring on your finger, or because you've not had children? Does it make you less of a woman? This is the point where you get to really discern and choose what's actually going to feel better for you, what's going to be more effective for your system. I just want to put on the table here as well that this doesn't mean that you wanting a man is wrong. It doesn't mean that your desires and your yearning to be in a relationship is wrong because you're doing it out of fear, or because you don't feel enough without a man, or because of loneliness. You get to still have your desires. But the caveat to it is that if you are choosing from fear, if you're operating from fear, if you're dating from fear, then you're actually moving more into a have to energy versus I want or desire to. Because even sometimes want can come with a hinge of almost sometimes a rebellious nature, because we were told so many times as children, this is what you should do, you have to do this. We can create a rebellious nature of well, I don't want to do it, I don't want a man, I don't need a man. So you get to really discern what your truth is. But until you actually work on these limitations and these wounds and these insecurities that have risen up because of the programming, because of the conditioning, you'll continuously take that into dates with you. And I'm probably gonna do a totally different video on that because there are so many amazing tips. So if you wanna subscribe, hit that button and then you'll get access to that video when I release it. What I really want to talk about is why would an industry like movies and magazines, why would they be so encouraged to put these insecurities out there and to stigmatize women? Firstly, women in fear are great for products and service-based industries. For example, if you have a woman that doesn't feel good enough exactly as she is, if she then creates a belief that she needs to improve the way she looks, she needs to better her body, she needs to be more intelligent, wear better clothes, and instantly you have $1 billion profitable business there. If you are pumping messaging that women are then gonna have these big wounds resurface from their childhood or from high school bullies, which was me, then immediately you're gonna wanna try and protect that pain by being what society is telling you to be. This is a worthy woman, a woman who is successful, doing everything for everyone, working all the time, being a wife, being a mother. So the minute that any woman doesn't see that as her truth, and she assumes that her feelings of lack and limitation are because she doesn't act accordingly to life like every single other woman does. It makes it really, really easy for these companies to make so much money. Here's the thing, you get to choose. This is why I think it's really, really powerful for a woman to live today, because we're part of a fork in the road. Generations and generations before us, we really cared about what men thought of us, what other women thought of us. And because of that, we've carried so much generational trauma of contorting, chameleon ourselves to be something other than we are, either by the way we look, the way we act, the way we speak, how we treat other people, the choices that we make in our lives. It's meant that a lot of women over the years have self-abandoned, and they've done things based on what they think they should be doing versus what they believe to be their truth, what feels good for their body, what feels like most alive in their system. It's really powerful right here, right now, to be doing this inner work and truly getting to know yourself. And I know that by 40, so many women tired, exhausted, and have gotten to the stage where they're almost at burnout, not just from work, but from life and relationships, where they realize they've been overgiven and they have been being something to someone else because they were feared that that man would not approve of them, or that man would reject them or would leave them. This is like a conditioning of so many years where maybe you, like I, saw your dad leave your mum, and then your mum working really, really hard. My mum worked like 12+ hour days and I never saw her. I saw women work really hard to survive because they can't rely on a man. This is the point where you get to start rewiring all of that conditioning, all of the programming as well, essentially, that you learned from your family dynamics, plus the pop culture, and really start to discern what is it that you truly want, what is it that you truly need in this right now moment. Irrespective of whether you're single or in a relationship that's challenged, or whether you are happily married, fundamentally, away from the association with men and relationships, like, how do you truly feel about yourself and about the woman that you are? So this fundamentally is going to come back down to a couple of things that I work with my clients on. Is number one, how much are you in your head versus your body? So it's a lot of being back in the body, being present here. This is where I am right here, right now. The past is the past. Yes, there's been many things that have happened in the past that have hurt me. Yes, there's many things in the past that have, like, I've got so much to be proud of as well, and both of them count. Versus also like the future. We don't know what's ahead of us. My dream man could land on my doorstep tomorrow. It could be next week, or it could be a while. But am I gonna rob my right now, present moment to be anxious about my future? No. This is where you really get to start moving a lot of the energy in the thinking mind and bring it back to the intuition and the wisdom of your body. So you can do that by a regular practice of presence or a focused attention. It can also look like savoring and what's known as glimmers. You start to see the beauty and the wonderment in each and every single moment, and giving your body a chance to really take that in and being present to it. Another key thing to work on is your self-talk. So really noticing, do you talk to yourself? And I know this was me. For the longest time, I realized that I was talking to myself like my mum used to speak to me. So after my dad left, my mum was a very angry woman. She was a very stressed out woman, God bless her. And she reacted a lot to me. I took it a lot as my fault, and then I became a rebellious teenager. Over the years, moving out and then becoming my adult woman, I realized that the conversation that I was having with myself, to myself, I was like, whoa, I'm talking to myself like my mum used to talk to me. So really identifying how you're talking to yourself and asking yourself, is it serving you? And start to be in loving relationship with yourself. And that might mean, like I did, a lot of inner child work, a lot of teenager work, a lot of 20-something work as well, to really be in relationship to those past parts of you that didn't have access to this information right here, right now. I hope that this video landed for you in some rich, juicy way. Please like, share, comment if it did, and also hit subscribe if you would like access to more of these videos.